Welcome, everyone, to the Blind Eye Podcast. I am your temporary host, Matthew Kamor, filling in for Joshua Pena, who is out at the moment. We have returning guests this week from last week. If you don't already know, feel free to introduce yourself whenever you want.
I'm Danny.
I'm Darth Chris.
Nice.
From left, we have...
Dustin Blazier.
We have Joshua Carlin.
Anthony Azanian.
All right. Now, with everyone here, if you couldn't have already guessed from the intro tone that we had, thank you, Chris, we will be talking about the Star Wars teaser trailer that was released a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Along with the official trailer for Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Basically, this episode is going to be any speculations, opinions, emotions, and any other feelings we have towards storyline or speculations of what we have for the movies.
Yeah.
So, which ones do we feel?
Which one is literally?
Is that a point? Is that a point?
That's two.
Yes!
That's two. All right. Which one do you guys feel more comfortable talking about first? Jurassic World or Star Wars: The Force Awakens?
I think we can talk more about Star Wars, so let's get Jurassic World.
Okay. For those of you who haven't seen it, well, actually, who hasn't seen it?
Trailer?
Yes.
I don't think I've seen the official one.
The official trailer for Jurassic World? Okay. Do we want to...
I saw like a short one.
Do we want to pull it up real quick right now?
Here, I got headphones right here, and I can pull it up here, so while we're talking about it, he can take a quick...
Got it. Okay, cool. So...
Official? You haven't seen it either?
So for those who have seen it, it's not going to be InGen in this story. It's going to be one of their rival companies that was trying to pick up a lot of their things, like from the first movie.
Okay.
They were based on the little bit that you see of the company head. Obviously, they cut some corners, and they've been trying to do some things that were sort of just swept under the rug, which is what causes the initial conflict in this trailer. The trailer essentially is they finally created a hybrid dinosaur. So they spliced some unknown genetics with the genetics of a dinosaur to create their own unique dinosaur. So just a hybrid dinosaur.
Unknown genetics.
Unknown genetics, and they're sort of touching on the InGen, like, decades of genetics later, like studies show we finally know how to do it.
He's in the trailer now.
Okay, cool. He has headphones on, so the two of them are actually going to listen to the trailer while we continue talking.
Can you hear it?
Feel free.
What I could
The
do
volume is on the
it,
right-hand side of the volume's on the right-hand side of the headphones.
No, I think this is fine. That way they have their own chance to catch up while we can still talk about it.
Okay.
So, Josh Pena, who isn't here yet, he may be here later on joining us further into the podcast.
Maybe.
Has shown us some concept art for what people, or were leaked photos of what the concepts of the dinosaurs were going to be. And most of them were going to be human dinosaur hybrids. So say the
Human dinosaurs?
Human dinosaurs, essentially. They were going to have most of them were having the body of like the velociraptors, where they have the hooked legs and the arms were sort of like T-Rexes. But, they had human characteristics in the facial features, the upper body, torso, but they still had the legs of raptors.
Yeah, but what the trailer showed looks completely different to that, where it looks like it's like the size of the T-Rex, and it has the arms of what looks like the Spinosaurus, but the claws on it were freaking long, like
so you think
like Edward Scissorhands long.
You think they might be a possible raptor genetics in there?
Possible raptor, maybe some Spinosaurus in there, and they say it's a highly intelligent animal too. So that's probably where they got the Velociraptor part in there, because the raptors are extremely smart.
Oh yeah, speaking of Velociraptors, go ahead.
The very last you're going to mention about the Chris Pratt driving with the motorcycle.
Chris Pratt's character is supposed to be the Velociraptor trainer.
Yeah, he is a trainer, but also researches in the behavior of the raptors. Yeah, apparently.
So he'll be able to better associate with the raptors and study their movements. That way, he can do whatever he was paid to do in Jurassic World, which is probably do some sort of spectacular show within the raptors, maybe race them or do some sort of like fancy like like seals in SeaWorld. Bounce the ball on your nose.
And that's another interesting part was the great white shark hanging that giant dinosaur just coming out of the water.
Oh, yeah.
There's a megalodon.
What is it? What is
It's
it?
technically
Megalodon.
no. That's not.
Megalodon's a shark.
A megalodon is a huge ass shark.
But I was watching that. I made a joke about it.
Guys, first initial
Is that a
thoughts
good-
of the trailer, since you guys are now fully caught up.
Well, they had a fucking alligator that was like 900 feet long.
I forget the official
That seems
name.
like a bad plan.
I forget the official name for that dinosaur.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
it is an actual
Gigantosaurus.
dinosaur.
It's technically not a dinosaur.
And then they also had two kids riding in a fucking bubble right next to a brontosaurus.
Oh, they called it the
The
Gyrosphere, yeah.
No
Those
way,
things
that could
look
go
like-
wrong, right?
Oh,
Those
yeah.
things look like fun, except for that one part where they show.
Except for the
It-
fact
the
that you're
broken-
8 feet away from the
broken one
If he gets
where
pissed off, you're just
I guess
dead.
the experimented dinosaur got at one of the gyrospheres and
Just ripped it to shreds.
Ripped it to shreds, and I guess one of them was a construction worker because you see a hard hat
And you
that
just
has
see-
that looks like got a hole in it, like a claw got pierced
Yeah.
through it with blood all over it. So obviously the guy's gonna be dead.
Oh,
He must have
The
had a good day.
gyrosphere torn to shreds. So it was like, that's when they're like, we might need to evacuate the island. It's not safe anymore until we find this.
So wait, and Star-Lord has fucking raptor powers because he was like rolling with them.
Oh, well,
He's a trainer he's a trainer slash researcher for velociraptors.
Is he the raptor whisperer?
essentially, yeah, that's his job within the Jurassic World.
Like he studies their behaviors and eventually
They don't work
Works
like
along
that.
with them.
If they want to eat you, they're just going to eat you.
Well, they're very, but they're
Well-
in the first movie and in the second movie. You learn that they're very tactical creatures.
and also in the third one,
Clever girls.
clever girl. But also in the third one, when the one guy of the group steals the eggs, and the raptors finally get them in the end. One of the main character who was in the first Jurassic Park movie, I forget his name.
Sam Neill.
Yeah, and
Grant.
he had a 3D printed bone piece that manipulated the.
It was the sound box.
It was
the
like
sound box for the Velociraptor's throat.
Yeah.
So he was able to communicate with the raptors, and they were able to communicate, and they ended up not killing him because of that, I think.
Yeah,
I
so-
think it was more like they were just stunned. Like, why does
It's
this
like-
monkey sound like we do, right?
They were stunned at first, but later you realize that they heard something and they took off, and what they heard was the army basically rolling in.
Yeah, but the fact that they didn't kill him in the first place and then just steal the eggs after they killed him.
Well, they found the eggs that they needed in the first place. There was no need to kill him. That's all they wanted.
They were
so
gonna kill him.
they were gonna kill him if they didn't get the eggs. But
They
then
were probably going to kill him regardless of whether or not they
well, I
got
mean,
it.
yeah, they did circle him. They
It
did
was the
sound-
voice box that kind of made them go, "What the fuck?"
they-
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll implement that somehow into this movie. Like
With Chris Pratt's
they
character?
figured out all the different vocal patterns
Like,
and trying to use that to communicate with the raptors.
Well, speaking of raptors, because of the size of the wall that they have in the trailer, and the relative size that you see of the dinosaur, do you think that it would be bigger or smaller than the raptors?
Oh, much bigger.
Much bigger?
Much bigger.
Because
the experimental dinosaur, if that's the case, looks like it's going to be a T-Rex.
It looks like a thick dinosaur.
Very thick.
Well, because they describe the wall as being 40 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it has to at least be 20 feet tall
with all the claw marks and whatnot.
with some basic physics applied. It would have to jump at least twice its length to try and claw up so it can get to the top of the wall and climb over.
Yeah. Well, I don't think necessarily it's going to be doing that. I think it's going to figure out a very clever way of getting out, or even.
Thoughts?
Oh, man.
Say what?
He's just wondering, how did anybody miss a gigantic ass dinosaur trying to climb over the wall?
What would be their first mistake? Not using electric fence?
Making dinosaurs?
Making dinosaurs would
Well,
be their
that's
first
number one. But
First offense.
I think the electric fence is going to stay on the whole time, but
No, but the wall that it climbs over is wood planking, like thick wood planking, because you can
it's
see
not even wood. It looked like metal.
It could be metal.
It was. I think it was metal, and also it was
Yeah,
just
like concrete.
straight up claw marks. And the way the panels were, they weren't It was like as though they were going down, so that way it wouldn't have any grip to.
It was a straight perpendicular wall to the floor.
Yeah, but you could see there was plating, so it was like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, so it was layered.
Yeah, it was all layered plating, but it's not like it's going up, so that way it could grab all, could get a grip. So,
does anyone? Like, it's kind of off topic, but does anyone notice that any kind of tropical island that is in cinema or video games usually has very bad shit going on it?
That's an excellent point.
That's what normally happens.
What would be your other
Jurassic
example?
Park, Far Cry, Dead Island.
every sci-fi TV show or
Every
movie,
single Jurassic Park.
every movie off the Sci-Fi Channel.
Anything that Uwe Boll's ever done?
Lost.
I think it adds to the scare, or to
the fact there's nowhere to go.
Yeah, a sense of entrapment. So it adds to the suspense to the story.
And that's another thing is you see the whole crowd freaking out and stampeding at the end of the trailer. So, are we going to be seeing a whole shit ton of bloodshed
That'd be awesome.
from killing all the tourists and whatnot?
What
like
is
this
it rated?
There is no official rating yet.
Yay.
But
If anything, it would probably stay PG-13.
That's what I'm thinking.
But, like, with all the other Jurassic Parks, it would always be, like, behind the curtain, and then bloodshed, and then it would come forward again. But most of it is just off-screen mutilation.
Like Shadow. You don't actually see them mutilating, but you see the shadow of them.
Yes.
yeah,
Oh, going back to the vocals, how did you first react when you hear the first voice of the dinosaur when he's hiding in the closet or whatever it might be?
That kind of freaked the hell out of me.
yeah.
The thing that made me off-settle was the helmet, and it had that claw mark into it, and I just immediately imagined what that would be like
I think
if you're still working.
And it looked like a
tooth.
Yeah, it looked like the person pulled out was a tooth. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Yeah,
That was too small to be a claw.
yeah.
Big lizard.
Big fucking lizard.
No, according to Dr. Grant, they're
Well,
birds.
Yeah. But actually, they're
Freaking love that first part, the very first movie, where he scares the shit out of that fat kid.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Poor fat
with
kid.
that raptor claw and everything.
There was something
That kid's
that,
life now.
Where is that kid? I want to know
It's
that.
traumatic at best.
They'll eat out your insides
Gary-
while you're still alive.
There was something that I had thought of way back when the first one came out. I never read the books, but when I saw the first movie, when I sat through it and I got over the initial, oh my god, there's fucking dinosaurs, oh they look so great, and blah blah blah, all that shit. And I got through the story. The first thing that hit me was, why did they make it into a park? There was no reason to do that. If the whole point of it is that you want to show dinosaurs to people, put them on an island, and then you just do helicopter tours over it. And don't make flying fucking dinosaurs.
Like the pterodactyls.
Don't make any of those pterodactyls, pterodons.
Well,
any
in the
of that,
third
but
one, they
just-
showed they were in a bird
but
cage.
you don't, yeah, they did show
It was a
that.
huge-ass birdcage,
That
though.
was But you just make it a helicopter tour over the island. You don't have to build cages. You don't have to put up fences.
That's right.
All you got to do is just fly over the island, and you can look out and say, "Hey, there's a Triceratops." Holy shit, you're right. It's right there.
Well,
and
how-
there's a Tyrannosaurus Rex eating it.
How low would the helicopter have to be in order to get close
As long as
enough?
it's above 50 feet or some shit like that. I mean, whatever the tallest dinosaur is, add like 10 feet. So
They are bound to be people that want to get like face to face with this kind
those
of
are
crap.
suicidal people.
Yeah,
And
and
they
the
will
speculators.
pay, and they will pay a crap ton, and that's when like the professor, I can't remember his name, but Professor
Hammond.
The professor, he probably didn't want that kind of crap. He liked the whole theme park idea, but it was probably the bankers that basically said, "Oh, let's make it into this so they can get really close." And it's the people who are getting close that are going to pay the biggest dollar.
Yeah.
Right, I get that. But at the same time, there has to be. When they did that movie, it's like they had a great idea for a park, but they just kind of threw safety out the window.
Yeah, what the hell happened to OSHA and all that?
Yeah.
What happened to the first one was there was an inside man that was trying to get some of the
Which was
DNA.
from a rival company.
Yeah, I was trying to get the DNA of some of the dinosaurs and try to sneak it off the island.
Which
and so he was
never
turning
failed
off
miserably.
certain security points in which ended up shutting down almost half, if not the entire park, thus letting everything all hell break loose.
So technically, if that guy didn't do that,
everything would have been fine.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't even totally buy that, because 10,000 volts will definitely drop a person, but a Tyrannosaurus Rex...
That's a different story.
Yeah,
may give it a little
kill
bit
them.
of
It wouldn't drop them, but it would be enough to make him go, oh, okay, I probably shouldn't go.
Or it might be enough to piss him off and say, oh, fuck you. I'm going through.
like that one Spinosaurus in the third movie.
Yeah.
Say what?
In the third
Like
movie, the Spinosaurus, he just kind of said, nope. And he just went through a concrete wall.
Granted, that
was just all. That was just
still.
Yeah, it wasn't electrified or anything like that, but
high tensile
huh?
wire. Sorry, high tensile wire.
but also, do you think we will expect to see the T-Rex make an appearance in this one?
Oh, absolutely.
Probably.
And will it be a small cameo? Will we see a lot of them? Will it be fighting this hybrid?
It's probably the most iconic to not only the series, but in all dinosaurs. I'm sure you'll see some sort of form or incarnation of it.
What I liked is the third one and how they had the Spinosaurus?
Yeah, Spinosaurus.
And just fuck his shit up.
Yeah.
Like, grab him by the head, and all you hear is this snap. And I was like,
Yeah, he wrecked it.
oh.
It was almost,
You have a new enemy now.
Yeah, it's like
it was almost
you're
testament to King Kong.
Yes.
Yeah. And and I wonder how the Raptors, because I have a feeling the Raptors are going to fight against the hybrid.
You think so?
Yeah, especially since that it's like late at night. It shows a shot of like late at night. The Pratt looks like he has his gun strapped on, ready to go. He's riding on the bike, riding alongside with the Raptors. And
the Raptors are still faster.
The Raptors are still faster. You actually see them run past it. They're like, hey, how's it going? Off we go. But the question is, how well will they possibly be able to hold off, or even will they possibly even defeat the hybrid?
Probably not.
If not the T-Rex.
That'd be way too easy of a plot.
Shit. He talks to Raptors. That was awesome.
Ride with me, my minions.
This is not the child you are looking for. These are not the eggs you are looking for.
That was so fucking crazy.
So,
the dinosaurs.
It is higher quality, different characters, better dinosaurs, interesting plot twists. However, it's the same damn mistake over and over and over.
That's not the same mistake.
They made a theme park.
They did make a theme park, and it was going smoothly until they made that one little mistake.
Making
In using dinosaurs?
Yeah, because in the first one, the mistake was not doing a good enough background check on all the employees. The second movie was
not
just
hiring enough employees for the electronic technological division, because it's only him and Samuel L. Jackson. Come on.
And then the second one was bringing the damn dinosaur to the U.S. soil.
Yeah, that's not a bad
But then the
idea.
third one was just going there in the first place.
Wait,
That's a different island.
The
It was a different. The second and third one was a totally different island.
Yeah.
They're actually both the same island. But then this one was just them trying to create a whole new dinosaur, which outsmarted them in the end.
Yeah. Well, that's a different. InGen in the first three movies realized their mistake, so they left it alone. They're like, we're not touching this with a 10,000-foot pole, no more. So this new company clearly has no morals. Clearly, because they just want brains.
They probably
or
still
brains, or both, because they clearly just want to make the money. Money talks, man.
How?
I don't know.
What does a dinosaur bring to you?
The fact
never
that
know.
you can live your, childhood fantasies of, I saw a dinosaur, mommy.
Well,
You never know.
I got you, didn't I? What was so funny?
I don't know.
It's a dinosaur!
But no, I just thought of what is it? Dinosaurs were back. Dinosaur story.
Well, it gives them sort of like an imagination
why do we watch scary movies?
to be scared.
To be scared. You didn't want to see this like awe-inspiring event. Dinosaurs. Holy shit! I mean, Sound of Thunder.
Ooh.
I ain't gonna lie. If there really was like a real life dinosaur park with real life dinosaurs, I would love to go to that park.
Fuck that. Take
That would
pictures
be
and bring
awesome.
them back.
Yeah, who would want to go?
Yes, amen to that shit. No, take the pictures. I'll check that shit out.
Actually,
back.
figure out
if you
get a
get
camera or a camcorder
Fuck.
that uploads to the cloud, and I'll watch you die. How about that?
But imagine,
do a live stream.
but imagine the story
Holy shit, this is
of how you
chased by
survived.
raptors.
Imagine the story, just being told all your friends, like, I survived that shit.
You're not gonna survive.
Or
It's a
be
fucking
or be in
dinosaur,
the
dude.
I'll be in the Jeep with the camera, talking to the driver as a T-Rex is chasing. Let's go faster. Let's go faster. Let's go faster.
Son of a bitch, I'll go faster.
Hey, look who finally joined the party!
Hey!
Look, all quiet in the corner. Stop playing Pokemon!
Teaser for Star Wars Episode 7: The Force Awakens.
Southern black guy.
Sudden
Black guy. It is Stormtrooper outfit.
I was like,
That's racist.
So
You're
it turns
racist.
out there is a possibility that he might be a Jedi.
Along with the
And
girl that rides the... I'm
Yeah, the
gonna
girl
call it a
is-
speedster because that's
yeah.
essentially what... Speedster.
The girl, I think, if I remember correctly, is supposed to be Han and Leia's daughter.
But we can
Who
only...
also has Force
She's,
powers.
yeah, she's force sensitive too.
Yeah,
She's force sensitive, but we can only speculate at this point, right? I mean,
Well, that might not even be her.
exactly. Yeah,
No, I
exactly.
think it is. Otherwise, why would they show her in a trailer in the first place?
because
Whoa.
she is attractive.
She has a very striking resemblance.
Yes. Is this taking place in Tatooine? Because it's very
It looks
desert.
like it. Yeah, because
yeah,
if you look way out in the distance of her riding that speeder out in the distance, you could see some of the towers that
Some of the
are
dune, like
some
the
of
buildings and whatnot.
as they call them. What is it? Moist
moist
vaporators.
evaporators.
Yeah, vaporators. Yeah.
Okay.
So you see those out in the
Moisture
distance, and
moisture evaporators.
moisture vapors, and plus the clothing she was wearing and the vehicle she was riding.
It's very
very
much,
Tatooine esque style.
Not to mention the Falcon riding over all the dunes in the middle of the desert.
I love that shot.
Although the Sith home planet is also very desert.
Oh, my coworker.
Korriban.
Yeah. My
Such a
coworker
great
and I
Star
sort
Wars
of
nerd.
talked about the possible antagonist, and they think that they had confirmed the name as Darth Revan.
What?
Darth Revan.
Interesting.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Revan?
You know that name?
Yeah. You don't know that name?
No.
He's like the fucking Sith god, yeah? From Knights of the Old Republic. He was... Yeah, he was like... he would be like the most powerful Sith and Jedi there ever was, and Vader would be like right below him.
What about is he like right up
This
there?
guy,
with
no,
Palpatine?
this guy, no. Palpatine didn't even come close to Vader. Fuck Palpatine. But Revan is it. He's like the Sith god.
He'll have a mask, according
Revan
to
had a
lore.
mask.
Yeah, so his face will be concealed.
But
Like
the
Vader.
problem is that Revan existed 3,000 years before Vader was ever born, and this is
So,
after Vader's died. And Revan is not immortal.
Okay. Well,
So you think he's like it was like in hibernation or something, or
Palpatine,
like was
didn't
put in
Palpatine
crime?
say something about being able, like, if having enough power, you can control death or some crap like
That
He
was
was
Darth
bullshit.
Plagueis.
That's the myth of Darth Plagueis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it was full of shit.
Which turns out there's I'm not sure if it was a theory or what, but it was said that the reason why Anakin has such a high midichlorian
Don't
count,
Don't
but why is he was so strong with the Force, and why his mother says that there was no father is because Darth Plagueis
Was his father.
was his father.
bullshit.
It's a fan. It's a fan theory.
Those
a theory.
movies didn't happen.
It's a fan theory.
but-
It's only okay, but I
But
say Darth
anyway.
Revan. We sort of speculate that it's Darth Revan. It's not confirmed nor denied that it will be, but that was what
That wasn't his
And he-
lightsaber.
it wasn't. No, but
And
that's
speaking
what
of which,
people
what do you think of
believe it's
that?
going to be. Like that's what some of the leaks were.
What do you think of the design of that saber?
The saber.
Love it.
Go for it.
I love it.
You love it.
It looks-
Well, the thing I mentioned about last night was that, like, I made it comedic because it's finally someone's learning to put something on the ends of
It's a
it,
guard,
so you
yeah.
stop getting your damn hands cut off.
Yeah.
However, you can. There's still that little gap that someone can cut between. It's big enough to cut through, and it has two on either side.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you can get at that, congratulations, sir. You have.
Or even if so, that guy using that, even that guy using that saber could like go for a lunge, and even if he misses the lunge by like a few inches, that end of that blade could still nick him.
Yes.
So
It'll create a stop.
Yeah, they look like a hazard for the user, but at the same time could be very handy to a master wielder.
I like
All sabers are all
Well,
edge.
technically, yeah, they would all be all
Like, the sabers have no edge. It's literally
Shit, he hit with the blood signs.
No, but what he means like it's a double edge is in like it's useful for the user and yet hazardous for the user at the same time.
Double-edged sword.
Yeah, double edged.
Not like
You have to
like-
be a
not
Jedi.
like a saber
literally,
double-edged.
but metaphorically.
Exactly.
in the
Like,
comic,
like,
Drax
for a
the
second, I thought you
Destroyer?
meant like Darth Maul.
in the comic books, Luke fought a chick who had a lightsaber that was a whip. That shit is awesome.
Really?
yeah. There's also a guy named Savage or Press. I love how it got quiet.
Savage
But
oppress.
Yes, Darth Maul's older brother.
Savage oppress.
Yeah.
Savage oppress.
Exactly.
Oh,
When I
the
first
Clone
heard
Wars
his
series.
name, I literally facepalmed because I was like,
Yeah.
could they not think of anything better?
That's
Camo
that's
Leon.
kind of
And what do you think of the designs of the
Bad guy.
redesigning of the X-wings?
The
How they
X-Wings
did the
look
wings.
good. That little clip of them hovering over the waterscape,
Awesome.
Love it.
it was brilliant cinematic. I was like, oh my god, that's awesome.
And I remember when Josh Pena and I were watching it. I watched it multiple times before, but it was first time for Pena to watch it. And let me tell you, his reaction to the whole thing was fucking hilarious. But when we were looking back at each frame, like doing our own little step through and our own analysis, we come up to the X-Wings and we're looking at them. And that's when I noticed, oh, they redesigned the wings. And he was like, no, they didn't. I'm like, no, you remember how normally the wings were one over the other? They're practically sandwiched over each other. It's like, yeah. Well, now they're
front and
clipped in the front and the back end.
So that it makes one wing, and then when they choose to go into the mode, it splits into
Then
two.
it splits.
Do you think they're going to keep to the traditional blue or green?
for Jedi sabers.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The blue is the color for Guardian sabers. The green is the color for
Isn't it like
Consulars.
or like well,
Purple is just something that they did for
Purple is Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, he likes purple.
yeah.
Yellow is the color for Sentinels.
What's the
I
highest
think
rank?
so.
I know blue is Guardian. Green, none of them are higher.
But
So
blue-
the Guardians, the blue lightsaber guys tend to be more physical.
And very skilled with the saber.
Yeah, they focus on the physical aspect of it, whereas the yellow saber guys, I think those are the consulars, they're more like using
The actual.
I thought that was the greens.
No, the green guys are in the middle.
Oh, like
So they're half as good, and they're
Yeah.
good with the saber, and they're good with the mental.
They're like a
mental
balance
shit.
between the
So
Yeah,
it's not a ranking system, but more
No.
like an aspect system.
yeah.
Okay.
It's what you're good at.
Okay.
So, I know this shit so bad. It's terrible.
How'd you feel? How'd you feel when they denounced all of the Star Wars novels as non-canon anymore?
Some of them were just kind of like they didn't need to be there anyways. It was like I don't fucking.
And so for the way not just the colors, but the way that they're designed, like some are just the regular single blade, some are the double blade, some even dual wheel blades.
Well,
Is that just the users?
No,
users.
The double blade thing that Darth Maul used, the staff, is actually something that kids are supposed to train with.
Oh.
It's for young kids to learn how to use that first, and then you grow up and you graduate and you use a sword.
Really?
Yeah. So
That's pretty
He
cool.
was actually using a kiddie tool.
He was using it pretty well.
He was good with it.
And also
he was
there's
good
that
with it,
one.
but you know.
And also there's the one chick in the cinematic trailers for Old Republic that was Jedi and had that same double
but-
blade.
It was like no, what was her name?
But
I'm thinking of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Sorry.
yeah. Then the master ends up grabbing it and starts dueling with his own blade along with the double-edged blade, which
Wait, what was that?
was
again?
pretty.
In the
Well,
Old
there was one.
Republic.
There was in the Old Republic trailer. There was a particular clip where the Jedi master and the apprentice, which the apprentice had the double wield saber, and the main master had a single, but they went up against two Sith lords. One from actually I think was an apprentice, but the master wanted her to escape. and so she ended up tossing him her saber, and so he was dual wielding one single blade and one double edged.
So he had a lightsaber and a light staff.
Yeah, and he actually rocked them really good.
What is the significance of the curved ones?
Oh, that's
Like
just
Count Dooku?
It was just preference. You build the hilt however you want it to be. So that's actually one of the ways that they determine if you're going to be a Jedi is that you have to put together your own lightsaber, and you can't do it with your hands.
You have to do it with the Force,
You got to do it with your brain.
which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And we are interrupted by the entrance of Josh Pena.
Darth Pena.
Looking rather snappy in his coat and
Shorts.
board shorts.
Nice.
How are you? How was the drive in?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Oh, okay. I'll ignore you. Ignore me. All right, and okay. What was other people's likes or speculations for Star Wars? Just from the trailers.
A lot of people hated the sword.
Really?
I know a lot of people got hate. A lot of people put hate on the new sword design. Like, oh, it's a claymore.
I love
Yeah,
the Claymore.
it is basically a claymore.
Someone
It
said.
looks pretty cool.
Someone made a stupid joke about. Has anyone seen Pineapple Express? Who hasn't?
Yes.
Oh.
I've seen it.
Okay, so you know when he does the cross joint?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The cross joint.
they did that.
Like, not only did we see the lightsaber, but also it didn't act like a normal saber. Like, it had like that unstable kind of animation to it, almost like it was more of a flame than that of a
Static?
beam. Yeah, it was like
Well,
very
that was-
static because normally it's just straight up beam, but this one had like a lot of static to it, like as though it was flames coming out.
Or
It
maybe-
depends on the crystals that they put into it.
Yeah,
If
because
you get that effect on purpose or by accident, it just depends on how you fix the crystals
Doesn't
inside the
it
saber
depend
itself.
on the amount of crystals?
No, because you always have like 3 crystals in there. It just depends on which ones you use.
Okay.
So
For the noobs in the room, what crystals?
The saber is powered by crystals.
yeah.
You have 3 pieces. You have 3 crystal fragments, and that's pretty much
crystals
it.
you dig up and excavate.
They're on different planets. I believe.
Yeah, every planet has all these different kinds of crystals, and they affect what it will, like the power, the amount of power that it has, but it also affects the color of the blade.
Yeah, the popular spot for Jedis, if I remember correctly, was Dantooine.
And Dagobah.
And Dagobah?
Yeah.
Oh. I wonder why Yoda went there.
Yep.
But yeah, and that's also another thing.
Except
Apparently,
I must go.
the Rebel base for this sequel is now going to be stationed at Dagobah. And there has been leaked images of a outdoor hangar area, like an encampment, that's supposed to be set on Dantooine, apparently.
Thoughts on the.
Did I say Dagobah before?
Yes.
Yes.
I meant Dantooine.
Okay. Thoughts on the soccer ball R2 unit?
That was hilarious.
When I saw that, honestly, when I saw the guy pop out and then I saw this, I'm like, is this a parody? Is this a joke? Yeah. And then once I saw the Stormtrooper helmet, I was like, okay, this is for real, but what's up with the R2 unit?
Yeah.
Is it so that it can better fit into the X-wing pods? So that
It's for fucking comedic relief. That's all R2 and all the R2 units were ever there for.
Yeah, but at least R2-D2 had some sort of significance in terms of usefulness.
Honestly, I think this unit
Occasionally.
was... I think
If anything, 3PO was more of the comedic relief than R2.
No, from a comedy standpoint, 3PO was the straight man and R2 was the funny man.
Yeah, I'll agree to that.
He really was just there to make his little fucking farts and beeps and all that shit. And he helped Luke like once when he shot the lightsaber and all that shit.
Yeah.
That was really what he was good at, is screaming like that. That fucking soccer ball thing. I don't know.
Kind of a waste of a design, kind of a useless design.
I grew
Well, I
up in
think
an
the
era
ball-
where it should all be practical effects. So, since they have the suit for R2 and they have the suit for 3PO, just build some more fucking suits. You know,
Would
I hate
3PO and R2 make some sort of cameo?
Well,
Yeah, they're in it.
They're in it?
Yeah.
For sure?
They're in it.
Who kept them, Luke?
Well, probably he's like their owner.
Technically.
Robots like
What I
Owen, Ekaroo.
Well, what I think the showing of this particular droid is to show like versatility of the different kinds of droids, because we have the regular R2 units. We have the ones that look like giant walking boxes. We have
The gonk droids.
Yeah, the gonk droids.
Those
We have the
things.
ones that look
Danny
like
is a
little
huge
rat,
fan.
little
The
mice box, the
mouse
little
droids.
mouse droids. So this is probably just another version. I think the reason why I was on a ball was to make it,
Better accessibility so that it can travel.
to make it easier to travel on that kind of terrain.
I wonder if you can jump. Like
Still
hop or
can't go
something.
upstairs.
That's true, unless it was a ramp.
Thrusters.
Unless it has.
Or if it has like,
Like
maybe like a little
it stops-
anti-gravity thing inside.
It stops rolling and it pops out little things like R2 on his 2 stilts.
Yeah,
Maybe.
What if it's
But,
just a
um,
bomb?
it might be.
It could
Never
be.
know.
No.
Never know.
It didn't look like a bomb.
You don't know.
To me, it looked like a combination of the mouse droid and the R2
I'm
units.
sorry, sir. Who are you?
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay.
Sit down. man.
We did say to ignore you.
But
What the hell was that noise?
Dear God,
what do you think of the new design for the Stormtrooper helmets?
they're smiling more. They have a little bit more of a curve in the corner. I mean, they're still got the.
Happy. What? Darth Vader's dead. We're happy. No more chokeholds. We're fine.
You don't know that. You don't know if possible Red
Hi, I'm the new
will
guy.
possibly do chokehold something.
And Peter and I.
Impersonating.
Okay, whoa, one at a time.
Oh, sorry.
Revan could just make you explode by thinking it.
Yeah.
That
Pete,
really
would
wanted
be
to. Go for it.
awesome.
Peter cracked
I got exploded. How are you talking to me? I'm a ghost.
Peter cracked a joke that made both of us laugh our asses off when we saw the video for the first time. He asked, I wonder if they upgraded their targeting interface in their helmets so they can actually hit something.
My coworker made that joke too.
I hope to God they did.
I hope they actually noticed their surrounding instead of hitting their head on the top.
In the comics and shit like that, they didn't miss.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
They just missed in the movies because if they shoot
adds-
you once with a laser, you're fucking dead.
It adds,
They
it
wanted
adds
to keep the characters,
theatrics.
so.
Yeah. So
Or they did it on purpose.
Yeah.
no, because you wouldn't do it on purpose if your boss is Vader, because that's you like fucking up on purpose. And if there's anybody
Unless
that
you were
don't
one-
want to fuck up on purpose.
Unless you were one of the stormtroopers from Robot Chicken. You know how fucking hot it is
Oh.
in Tatooine right now? I can barely see. I don't know what these fucking droids are. Calm down.
Another thing is,
Those were the
since that it's being made now, like back in the 70s and 80s, you had a lot of those action flicks where like the heroes or the villains would be standing like wide out in the open and getting shot at and constantly missing, and then them just mowing everyone down because they're out in the open.
Yeah.
But with these modern movies where they're actually following tactics and actually having to be behind cover and doing certain movements, like, do you think they'll implement that into Star Wars, like them actually taking cover and actually
Well, Jedi doesn't need to.
Well, Jedi obviously, but I'm talking about like the basic soldiers, like
Oh,
the stormtroopers, the rebel troops. Like, will we be seeing more of the soldier, more soldierish than just
Would they actually be using military tactics?
than just
Probably.
being cannon fodder?
Dude, the only other movie where I see someone miss that much with a laser shooter is Hitchhiker's Guide.
Yeah,
Where they have literally miniguns
Yeah.
shooting at these people, and the guy is freaking disco dancing or something.
exactly.
No, I have one worse than that.
Really?
Oh, no.
Black Dynamite.
Oh yeah,
Dynamite.
dynamite.
But for the record of Black Dynamite, they're not directly shooting at him. They're shooting up at the ceiling. That's how bad the movie is. You can actually see them shooting up at the ceiling and him acting as if he got hit in the shoulder. Ah, I shoot you once. You're dead. End of scene.
That was the one with Michael J. White, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The movie was...
That movie was funny as shit.
It's funny as shit.
I love it.
You can watch it for all its faults and still laugh your ass off. Anyway, going back.
So, and for the returning characters, we got Han Solo, we got
Harrison Ford,
yep, Princess Leia,
Carrie all and Mark Hamill all reprising roles.
Yep, along with Chewbacca, 3PO, and R2D2. But will we be seeing any others?
Such as...
Because we haven't gotten any word about Lando.
He's not.
No.
Not
Any of the
quite.
other leaders, like, what about...
I'm just happy they got another black dude in this in the universe.
How long is this lifespan? That guy is an animal.
Samuel Jackson.
I'm wondering when they
Yeah,
got like a
50.
space Mexican.
Space Mexican.
Where the fuck is that? You know?
Oh, in that cantina, all of them.
Oh, there.
I want to space tequila, Holmes.
Oh, the
Welcome
possible
to the
return of
cantina.
Boba Fett.
Huh?
Yeah.
Boba
I saw
Fett,
that, and I was
oh.
like, yeah, probably. Because he didn't die in the books. And all
He
that
gets
shit.
spat out, doesn't he?
He was actually rescued by one of the other bounty hunters. That in Empire in Empire Strikes Back, the Empire hired like
6 to 7
well,
bounty hunters.
yes,
One of them being like an android.
one of them. Well, that was there was
forgot his
IG-88.
Yeah, there
That
you
was
go.
the robot guy. Then there was a bug guy. I can't remember his name.
Boss?
No, that was the Trandoshan. He was the lizard. That's
Okay.
Bosk. And then you had Boba Fett. And then you had a human who had like a white turban on. His name was Dengar something.
Yeah.
In the books, he went to Tatooine, found the Sarlacc pit that Boba Fett fell into, and got him out. Why did he do it? I got no fucking clue. But he did it. So that's why they were like, oh, no, see, he's alive because that guy saved him. Yeah, now we can keep our coolest character, huh?
Yeah,
The question
yeah.
is, like,
Ah.
how long was he in there? Like, did he get
It
dissolved
takes
at all?
what,
Like, was he
10,000 years to
all-
digest?
Yeah, it takes thousands of years.
Well, it
for
does,
to
but
digest, so-
there's got to be at least some sort of...
Stomach acid? You would think so, but
Well,
he's got a laser gun.
but yeah,
Shoot it.
But
well, yeah, but what I'm talking about is
I
like,
don't
well,
remember.
well, over, like, depending on how long he was there, like, will you see at least, like, some sort of scarring or some sort of... Will he look deformed in a way, like, not extreme, but, like, just a minor...
Well, it might not even be Boba Fett.
Yeah.
That might be like an
The most I would
or
think
hair
would
or
be
something
hit,
that.
like facial distortions in his face because he would probably eventually take off his helmet.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't see him taking off his armor.
Right.
Probably not.
The armor would probably act as some sort of like extra layer from any possible acid that may
Yeah.
be in the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Sarlacc pit, if people have the DVD versions, what do you think of George Lucas's little like change of the Sarlacc pit?
Oh man, I have.
Oh, like the giant...
So it was like a
I-
beak or something like that with tendrils.
That was hilariously fucked up. I have a really great set of DVDs. Each one of the movies that I have comes with 2 DVDs. One with the special edition with all that bullshit where they added, and then the other edition is what actually released in the theaters.
Mm-hmm.
I've never watched the special edition.
Of course.
So I've only watched the actual theatrical release ones because I actually saw it. I saw Return of the Jedi when it first came out in the theaters, and I've seen clips here and there, and I was just like, "This is really unnecessary." And that beak thing here, whatever the fuck it was that came out of the Sarlacc, that made it look comical.
Yeah.
It wasn't as scary.
Did they add like the guy who plays as Anakin in 2 and 3? Did they add him in?
Yeah,
as a
they
ghost?
changed the original character
Yeah.
that
for the
played-
longest fucking time, man. I was like,
Yeah.
They changed the character from the original Return of the Jedi for the Hayden Christensen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which was fucking.
Wait, is that it? No, that's not his name.
Yes.
I do love...
yeah.
That is okay. I was thinking of someone else for
I
some
was so
reason.
retarded that they did that.
I do love how in Robot Chicken they joked about that. There was like a special Star Wars edition.
Yeah, I remember that.
And there was and there was the part where all 3 of the ghosts are hanging outside and they're joking around and
Anakin comes in. It's like,
and Obi-Wan's like, "Oh, come on, it's not like we're going to get any younger." And then the guy that was supposed to be Anakin Skywalker, he changes. It's like, and Obi-Wan looks up and goes, "You special edition motherfucker."
I remember that.
And Anakin's like, "Yeah."
I like the
It's
one
not like,
where,
"Oh dear God."
I like the one where in Robot Chicken where they show Boba Fett like what was happening to him when he was in the pit.
Oh,
He's like,
yeah.
"Did you fall down here?" "No, man. No, I'm Boba Fett. I'm real here."
It's like, "Oh no." I'm okay. I'm okay. I laughed my ass off when I first saw that one.
And there's supposed to be someone else in there with him.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it actually
It was one of the
no,
guys
it
that was on the skiffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One before him, yeah.
like.
Oh shit.
Oh, I'm so glad you came down here. I thought it was going to be. Dissolved
or digested by myself or something.
All
like
by
that?
myself. How did you get thrown down here too? Like, no, I came down here my own way. Like he was talking about, like
I threw a grenade and I jumped in.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bitches.
Who do you think is piloting?
the Falcon.
Yes.
It's Han.
Yeah, Solo.
Still?
Yeah.
Most likely.
That's his shit.
It's Han's baby.
Solo.
Well, there is speculation. there is rumor though that Han is actually looking for his ship. So there's a possibility that this might be him getting the ship back, or someone else flying the ship.
When I saw
in
the
the
trailer, it sounded like, there was a part where he was like, the Falcon blew up some big fucking reactor ball or something like that on
The R2 unit.
But it was like Han. It was Harrison Ford saying something. He was like, "You guys got any room for an old warhorse or some shit like that?" And I was like, "That's fucking Harrison Ford." I heard him say it. I was like,
That line is from Anchorman 2, though.
Anchorman 2?
oh, was it?
Yeah.
Was it like
You got room for a warhorse?
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, that's Anchorman 2 line.
Wow.
Like Harrison Ford had like a very small cameo in that when they had like their stand-up. Yeah, he turns to a werewolf. But yeah, that's the line from that. So that doesn't apply to Star Wars.
Have you not
at
seen
all.
Anchorman 2?
I'm not.
I avoided that.
I've only seen that. I only saw that fight scene because it was on YouTube.
I haven't
so
seen the extended version that they put out again into the movie theaters when they did like Anchorman 2. 15 extra seconds or something like that. No, minutes. It was minutes. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Why would it only be 15 seconds to put it in a movie?
Why would they do that in
Right,
Big
theater.
Bang Theory with the Indiana Jones series?
But anyways,
15 extra seconds of unnecessariness.
There was one of the like parody trailers that they did before the teaser came out was a clip. Like you could tell it's a clip from Ender's Game
yeah.
because
Oh,
Harrison
yeah.
Ford was
Yeah,
in there, and they're like, "Oh my god, Star Wars confirmed." I'm like, just
I was
kill yourself.
looking at all of the trailers on YouTube today. I was just going through them, and like the first two that I saw were actually real trailers. And then I got to the third one, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that one looks a little bit different." And I was looking at the outfits that they were wearing, and I was like, "God, that looks so fucking familiar." It was the fucking live action commercial for Destiny. It was the fucking and then they had
The Hunter Warlock.
Harrison Ford from Ender's Game saying like.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
They're
that's the one.
never. What did he say? It's like
I don't
they're too
know.
young for this. And he's like, they're never old enough for this, or whatever the fuck it was he said.
Yeah,
but
I
I was
seen that
like, I was really believing it at first. I was like, oh wow, those outfits look really cool. And then they're fucking derp.
Yeah, I mean, being a Destiny player, the moment I saw that trailer, I was like, "Yep, that's Destiny. This is not a real trailer." But,
I avoid those trailers, man.
yeah.
If they do it well, I'm impressed. If they do it bad, I cringe.
Yeah.
Immediate no.
Like me personally, I like to look for the legitimate trailer, and I've watched so many movies and played so many games to the point where I can pick out a fake trailer like right off the bat. Like there'll be occasional like they'll have like the text and everything's like, oh okay, and then the very moment they show that shot, and then I'm like, okay, out of here. But 56 minutes.
Thank you. Jesus. Come on, man. Anyway, keep going. Finish your thought.
But no, that's about it. So yeah, it's annoying to see all those people like trolling everybody, like, oh here's the trailer, man. Like, dude, that's a shot from the Matrix. Where's the shot for Star Wars?
Stopping the bullets.
Exactly. But
Thundercats one was awesome though.
the what?
Remember that? The Thundercats that we watched years ago.
Thunder.
That was
Thunder.
fucking awesome.
Thundercats.
And honestly, like when the guy first popped up in the Star Wars teaser, like the legit Star Wars teaser, when the black guy popped his head up, I'm like, I honestly for that split second thought that it was a fake trailer,
That's
racist.
because the armor didn't look like the right armor. Like even the back end didn't look like the Stormtrooper.
Yeah,
Dude,
it
but it's also
so-
like 40 years in the future.
Well, yeah, but
It's going to change.
What it was for
Let's
me
go.
when I saw that trailer, it was like desert, and I'm waiting for something in the distance, and
but then once they show the R2, I'm like, oh, okay, this is pretty. That's pretty good job for a fan trailer.
Then you show the
then they
X-Wings.
show the Stormtrooper helmets. I'm like, oh, those you can't manipulate. Okay, this is a legitimate one. And then the next thing you know, they show the X-Wing, and I'm like, okay, this is the real trailer. Then they show the Millennium Falcon. Yes!
Josh Carling was the one that pointed out, since we have both Joshes here, so I
forgot I was here.
Yeah.
Well, I'm supposed to ignore you.
Oh, and I just...
Ignore!
If you're going to keep that continuity, you should have done it from the beginning.
It's okay. It's okay. It doesn't matter.
Forgetting the actual name for the...
Carling was the one that pointed out that there's a slight variation in the TIE Fighter design. Instead of it being an entire block on the either side for the wings, there's a slight slit down the center, top and bottom.
Really?
It's like two diamonds next to each other like that, and they touch like that. Instead of a hexagon, it's just two diamonds, and they're...
And if not a diamond, then they're smaller hexagons that meet up towards center.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's just a slight difference. I like that they don't keep the original designs.
But you had to have paused it at a freeze frame moment. It looks blurry as hell. So it could either be just it whizzing by in a blur of color, or it could legitimately be a slit in the design.
The thing with the TIE Fighters is that the Empire had like 20 different models of them. So it could have been one that they had already had and just hadn't used. There was the TIE Interceptor, the TIE Fighter, the TIE Bomber, the TIE Advanced, the TIE D, which was like a robot one, I think.
I remember those.
Lost them.
No. One, yes, that's amazing. It's like him naming tanks. But I like this awesome, cool new movie, Star Wars. What's the plot?
Luke falling to the dark side.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
For this one.
That's probably not going to happen in the first one.
Well, probably not.
They're doing 7, 8, and 9. But
That's awesome.
Luke was always going to fall to the dark side.
Why?
Because he was already there. He was already going there. In Return of the Jedi, he was already showing that he was...
You could see, but just by the way he was being, he choked the dude.
No, he killed two when he went to Jabba's palace.
I don't see any.
Two Gamorrean guards that just stopped, and they held their axes up. And they didn't, they grunt, but they didn't say anything. They just held their axes up, basically like, whoa, what are you doing here? He did not say a fucking word. He just went, you're dead, you're dead. And he literally just killed them right there.
No, I think he just made him pass out.
No, he choked them. He killed them right then and there. Because they went like this, and then they dropped dead.
No, I think I
believe me, I know.
It's either...
He killed them.
He
choked
or
them.
something like that.
I still think they just passed out.
They passed out going...
At that time.
They died.
And that to him.
Well, it's...
No, it's...
They look... they're the same design.
It's a standard type.
Yeah.
But he killed two...
Yeah.
Is it
black
on the paneling? But that looks brighter.
It's because it's shining up against the sunlight.
The sun is that way.
Well, it's CGI.
You have to keep in mind that Tatooine has more than one sun.
Yeah, 2 suns.
That's right, there's 2 suns. So, anyways, Luke was already showing that he was heading towards the dark side. Plus, his father was kind of big with the dark side. So it kind of runs in the family.
Plus, I remember reading a particular comic in which I do know that they've said like they don't really consider it useful anymore. But there's a particular series, it was like a 2 or 3-parter, in which Luke went towards the dark side to join the Imperials to kind of become like the inside man, to become like their like the mole within the Imperial Order to help the rebels that way. And also, I think to get closer to Sidious, because in this story, Sidious was able to survive with new clones, and
survive the fall didn't matter. The whole fucking thing blew up.
Yeah,
and also to learn dark power, so he can make himself a little.
That's like saying Darth Maul survived, which in the Clone Wars he did. He just robotics for this bottom half.
That reminds me.
But the whole thing exploded.
I know. So I understand.
There's nothing left.
That reminds me. Is the guy that has multiple different lightsabers, multiple different arms? Thank you. Is he human or
he's
is he
a cyborg?
robot?
He was.
Yeah. He's a cyborg.
Did he start as a human or
not human?
No.
But
or did someone literally build him?
No, he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't built as a robot. He was a living thing at some point.
Yeah.
That's why when he would walk around and shit, he would cough and all that because he was like deteriorating or some shit like that.
He had some sort of like
he had a disease.
He had a terminal illness or something like that, which was causing him to die, which is why he did the robotics. I think is what the thing was.
Yeah, and Obi-Wan was actually able to split apart the chest piece, in which revealed the Princess's heart, in which when Obi-Wan was over the edge, he was able to force pull a blaster and shoot him in the
Which
chest.
kills him in one shot.
Yeah, probably should.
But he shot him like 4 times, and
the robotics is what
Die!
Jesus.
and somehow the 3 shots in the chest not only made his chest burst into flame, but also his eyes bursted into flame. So
We're gonna go, man. Go.
I kind of wish they touched a little bit more on Grievous.
No.
I mean, no.
He was a cheating asshole.
No, I'm talking about
This is not a
backstory,
video
man.
game.
He got,
They touch a little bit in the Clone Wars.
yeah, he got a lot of coverage in Clone Wars, and he was a lot more badass in there.
Oh, yeah, of
and this
course.
one he was fucking dying during the movies. So, but they explained it well enough for the Clone Wars.
I have a question.
I might have an answer.
Okay, how does Anakin, in number 3, in the beginning, you see Anakin has a scar across his face. How does he get that?
Episode 2.
Dooku.
Dooku gives that? Mm-hmm. That just cuts off his arm and then force pushes him.
no, it's during the Clone Wars saga between Clone Wars and 3 was 3. Yeah, it was. Actually, I think it was a certain bounty hunter that the Separatists brought back, in which was able to regenerate and whatnot. And there was a battle with him that left Anakin with a scar.
Okay.
I think
So it wasn't in the movies.
it wasn't in the movies.
Okay, just making sure.
No.
You underestimate my power.
Oh, God.
Such bad acting. You could have found
Everything.
You could have found someone better for Anakin. Both child
He's
and
he is a
question.
great actor, though. Hayden Christensen, he's a great actor.
He's
just
his
everybody's
roles.
dialogue in that was shit.
Yeah.
And I don't know what anybody was directing them. Like, it was basically like either go no emotion with everything you say, or go full on emotion but the wrong one in every fucking scene with dialogue.
I'm gonna go into a quick little tangent here. What did you think of Hayden Christensen in The Jumper?
I didn't see Jumper.
Okay, well, he's in that, and I didn't think that he was good at all. I thought he was very monotone, and his character development was subpar at best.
I like Griffin.
Griffin, you can barely understand Griffin at times.
I can understand.
You can and I can, but there was a lot of shit for that.
Oh.
Because it was a lot of gibberish to people, because it was really fast talking Irish with marbles in your fucking mouth. So there goes my hate for that tangent. We're going back.
I have a question.
Sure.
Who would you have picked for Anakin Skywalker?
That's the hard part. If you want it, gotta make a. Never mind.
I know this religiously. I can help you.
I'll
volunteer as tribute.
I was gonna make a bad joke, but no.
What?
No.
What?
No.
What?
No. He doesn't want to touch onto that.
Wait, is it the...
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I made a joke in past podcasts. He got mad about it. I'm not going to make a joke.
Oh, okay.
don't
I get
that
you.
shit. Don't worry about
You
it.
sure? I was going to say you've been in space most of your time. You would know.
I brought that up when I went and auditioned for it.
Did you really?
Yeah.
When?
Before the first one came out.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't fucking remember.
I talked to him and I was like, yeah, I've had a lot of martial art training as far as like stunt fighting and all this shit. I kind of know what I'm doing.
Okay.
But
Fair enough.
Anyway.
Final thoughts for either Jurassic World or Star Wars?
Well, really quickly, sorry.
No, go for it. Go for it.
But I was browsing through StarWarsHQ.com, and I was looking through different concept art. And there was a bunch of location ones, but then I saw something that interested me, and which was Chewie. And there's left side with him, like with his crossbow and everything. But then on the right, looks like it's possibly he possibly has a battle scar of him having a bionic arm.
oh shit.
Ooh.
So
Old.
Well, no shit.
war wound. So could it be that he might have this in this next movie, or will he have no scars in this next one, or anything like that?
Only one way to find out.
Wait for a whole year.
Jesus. That was what I was about
December, what was it?
December of next year.
2015, yeah.
December of next calendar year.
Jurassic World is...
Midsummer, so like April or June?
He said June, yeah.
June? Okay, thank you.
Alright, so...
Two things. One thing to look forward to over the summer, and one thing to look forward to sometime during Christmas of next year.
We also have all the other movies.
Merry Christmas, motherfuckers.
I don't know about you guys. I'm gonna go see The Hobbit.
You want to see The Hobbit?
Yes, I want you to.
Hell yeah.
Let's talk about
Battle of the
that.
500.
Next podcast, The Hobbit.
Just that.
You shall not pass.
Lisa, think I will.
He comes back with a vengeance and a lightsaber. Yeah, that's
Oh my God! Put Schmeagol and Jar Jar in a room and just talk.
room.
Yeah.
Misa Jar Jar Binks.
You shall not touch me, or something like that. Dude, just imagine that. All right.
Okay.
Final thoughts on any of the two trailers that we had talked about.
They look pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And...
Still a bad idea to make a fucking amusement park out of dinosaurs.
No shit.
All I can say for the Star Wars ones that A, I'm really excited for it, and B, the look on Pena's face was priceless, and he literally jumped up and down like a 5-year-old.
How about for you, Anthony? Though you said very little.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to both movies. Jurassic Park, a little bit less, because it's whatever. Jurassic World. It's a fucking SeaWorld. It's, to me, it's more like I'm going to go see SeaWorld.
I will pay the ticket to get you there.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. Go ahead, continue.
Star Wars I'm looking much forward to because I've seen all 6 movies. I've read relatively all the books.
Really?
Mm-hmm. As a kid.
As a kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it because you can't remember that's why you didn't put that much input, or...?
Anyway, finish your thought.
I even had the book of the wildlife and stuff.
Finish your thought.
One of my favorite books ever.
I really think this movie's going to be freaking amazing.
All right.
I hope it does good in the box office.
How about you two? What the fuck was that?
That was a squeak.
I like it.
Squeak!
I like them. I'm looking forward to both.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know as much about the Jurassic Park one. I mean, I'll end up seeing it. I don't know if I'm going to go to the theaters to see it.
You mean Jurassic World?
It's in a park, so fuck that. I mean, unless they put dinosaurs all over every continent of the planet, it's not Jurassic World.
That's
You know
the
they're gonna go
monorail.
You know they're going to go there. At some point, it's going to
They're
go
going to try
like
to put a
Jurassic
Brontosaurus
Park
in the fucking
7.
South Pole. Good luck with that shit. It'll be dead in 20
Just
minutes.
survival amongst the dinosaurs.
As far as the Star Wars goes,
Yes.
yeah, I'm very excited to see that.
I don't know.
The thought of them, when they first talked about making 7, 8, and 9, that was when I was a kid. When they first mentioned that shit.
Really?
Yeah, nobody ever talked about, oh yeah, we're going to do 1, 2, and 3, because nobody really cared. They talked about what comes after, Vader being defeated and the Empire, like, kind of dwindling, even though it really wouldn't, no matter what. And it was mentioned even when I was a kid that, yeah, Luke is going to, one day, he's going to become a Sith. And that's the story arc for him, is beginning as a humble farmer, which he literally was, and then moving on, growing up and becoming the hero, and then watching his downfall to become the villain. And that's the whole encompassing story. So I've been wanting to see that forever.
How does that one saying go?
You either die a hero or you live long enough
to see yourself become the villain.
It'd be a never-ending cycle
Yeah.
basically.
of son becoming the villain.
Yeah, because he and Mara Jade had a kid, and that kid is
Oh, we didn't touch
sensitive.
on that.
Yeah. And then, well, they'll probably bring her up in like the 2nd or 3rd.
Maybe.
I mean, well, the 8th or 9th movie. But that kid is going to be a Jedi too, until that kid realizes, oh, my dad was pretty great at being a Sith. Maybe I should try it out too.
Like father, like son.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Anything
I'm looking
else?
forward to it.
Anything else from anyone?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm excited for both, and hopefully I'll be able to fly down to be with you guys to see Star Wars with you guys.
All right.
Because
that's fun.
if things go the way they're planned, this might be my last podcast before I move to Canada.
You will be sorely missed, my friend.
Yeah.
May the Force be with you.
Oh,
And with that note,
nice.
I think it is time to say goodbye. Once again, this is Matthew, your host. We have
Darth Chris.
And Danny Cuevas.
Jedi Blaze.
Okay.
Joshua Carlin.
Padawan Tony.
Padawan. You realize how low.
Yeah, I know. Shut up.
we have Joshua Pena, who's technically not here.
Just kill me.
Compared to anyone
in spirit.
everyone in this room, I'm the lowest ranking.
I was going to say that, you asshole.
He used the Force to generate himself as a ghost. Anyway,
No, he's penis.
this is the Blind Eye Podcast.
Use the Force, Luke.
This is the Blind Eye Podcast saying sayonara for now.
Hey, this is Joshua Pena.
Joshua Carling.
And Matt Kamora.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Blind Eye Podcast. This episode has been brought to you by West Coast Comics. Check them out at westcoastcomics.net. Every week they upload 2 new pages, one on Monday and then one on Friday, of their premiere comic, LA Crazy Town. Check them out at westcoastcomics.net. Let's do awesome together.
Give us a thumbs up if you liked today's episode. Leave a comment if you want us to cover something in a future episode. And for more episodes, be sure to subscribe. We upload one every week.
And for other Blind Eye news, be sure to follow us on Facebook to keep up with our other productions currently in work.
And we'll see you guys next time.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.